Now we're watching a video called This Creepy Alpha Minecraft Channel Only Live Streams, okay, by Zaco Builds. And it has part two. I was I was watching part two earlier, but then I realized there isn't part one. So we're going to part one first, then part two, okay? Let's go.
For an alpha Minecraft channel to suddenly go live, especially in the year
Minecraft
2024. So
ARGs.
when I saw this live stream pop up on my
Mm-hmm.
feed, I knew it had to be something weird.
Okay.
When I joined, I was surprised to see an incredibly developed world with tons of buildings and gardens, but what immediately struck me as odd was why the players still had such bad tools. It was obvious that many months had been spent on this world, but yet they had no iron tools or iron armor. I think I caught the end of the stream because as I watched, I could see the player walk around their base, finish construction of a new house, and begin to wander further away from base in search of something. They traveled for a while before even finding any actual trees because their base just had countless empty ones, which is a bit unsettling, but it's most likely just because leaf decay wasn't added until Alpha 1.06 and the player... Oh.
Oh.
Okay, maybe it is unsettling. The player then encounters a hole that goes surprisingly deep underground, and then this happens.
Please, there is no entity, please. Okay.
And then the stream ends. This channel is called Consciousness, but I'm gonna call our player Con because consciousness is a mouthful, much like your mother. But the channel's description describes itself as an alpha. Consciousness is a mouthful, much like your mother. But the channel's description describes itself as an alpha Minecraft uploads channel, despite the fact that it only has one upload aside for the live streams, and majority of which don't even go public after they happen. So I turned on post notifications and watched the singular posted video in the meantime. It begins with Khan messaging on a sign.
Who's letting you play Minecraft?
An interesting comment, but as someone who started their YouTube channel before I had parental permission to, I could relate. As the video continued, it showed what appeared to be the start of a new world, where Khan is doing all of the typical starting activities, mining wood, making tools, going into caves. It's odd. Khan appears to be incredibly opposed to entering any caves or underground areas at all. This could perhaps be because Khan is a young child and is scared of those areas, or perhaps Khan is partaking in a Minecraft but I can't touch the color gray challenge. Either is possible. Khan starts to mine out trees and even begins construction of a house. And the area around that house is very recognizably the same area that we saw in that live stream, except this time with many more trees than we see prior. We see Khan place down a sign and type first home trees than we see prior. We see
Bro, this ship is kinda weird, scary, creepy, and yet funny, you know?
place down a sign and type first home. But then they delete it and say, look closely, and then deletes that. The video then ends soon after. Here's what I had gathered so far. This was most likely a child due to the flower gardens and the seemingly being afraid of the dark. They are only given around 30 minutes a day to play Minecraft, and they're not supposed to record it, but they are doing so secretly. But what really confused me was the text, look closely. I felt there was something here I was missing, and with nothing but time until the next live stream, I decided to recreate parts of the player's base the best I could on a different world, hoping it would potentially reveal something. Jesus, all I'm learning is this guy definitely builds like it's 2010, that's for sure. I also can't express how hard it is to build these off of like random frames from the live stream. Like, this is like my old build tutorials, just way too fast, and it's hard to see what the hell I'm supposed to be building. I know this probably seems unnecessary for me to be building all of this, but you'd be wrong, because as I was going through my recording of the live stream, I caught a glimpse of something I hadn't noticed before. It was a sign, and I really only had 3 frames to go off of, but across these 3 frames, I'm pretty sure it said one word. Trapped. Something
Okay.
bad was happening here. I just couldn't pinpoint any specifics or any concrete
Okay.
evidence as to what. But this sign alone confirmed my gut feeling that something was wrong, and if I didn't do anything about it, I wasn't sure anyone else would.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't get any more answers until the next day when I saw the channel go live again. It picked up exactly where it had left off, with Khan stuck in a hole and appearing to just look around for a way out. They see a 2x1 tunnel and decide to enter it facing backwards in order to keep looking at what limited light the hole offered them. However, the light is quickly lost, which makes Khan run back to the hole and build out the manual way. Interestingly enough, Khan doesn't go back to their base, and nor do they continue in the direction they were heading in the last stream. Khan heads to a house in a completely different region we haven't seen before. On their way, Khan finds what seems to be like a glitched dungeon and loots it. But this house is what fascinates me. It's built for seemingly no reason, only surrounded by a singular tree stump. They enter the house and take a long look at this random staircase leading down. Khan stares at this hole for, I'm not kidding, 12 minutes, which was quite painstaking to sit through live. Oh my god. They do eventually come back and place a bucket that they had gotten from that dungeon in the chest upstairs, and then head to a room, take a pause, head back to the bucket quietly, and then leave the house. Now, this would be weird in and of itself.
Yeah,
right?
it's really
But
weird.
then
Like, what
Khan
just
does it
happened?
10 more times for the remainder of the live stream, just over and over and over again, and it's only until that last run does the stream cut off once again at 30 minutes on the dot. I find this house and what Khan does in it to be very, very interesting, because it's almost like they're trying to rehearse something, like an escape, but it feels like a pretty big jump to assume that just from a Minecraft player leaving a house over and over, but this did worry me, and I began to take this whole situation just a bit more seriously.
Okay. Friday, 8/9/11 a.m. Like and subscribe. Let's go.
I missed what I assume was Khan leaving the house and running back to their base, all the while making some bizarre motions, if I do say so myself. They return to base, and as they do, they message on a sign that says, quote, I'm glad you're watching. This kind of scared me beyond belief, just because looking at the viewer count, I was certainly the only one watching the stream, but the stream continues on with Khan walking around, placing torches, and then going to a sort of storage room and organizing some items. However, Khan seems to be sorting these items very, very weirdly, putting random items in specific slots and with random amounts.
Oh, okay, the code numbers. Okay, let's go.
When suddenly they turn to a different chest, pause, and then go AFK for a long period of time. When they do come back, Khan actually breaks the chest and watches the sunrise for the remainder of the stream. Except not quite. They actually, in the last couple seconds, try to run back to the storage room, but the stream ends suddenly at 30 minutes on the dot. I patiently awaited a live stream on Saturday, but one never happened, and while I was slightly worried, I instead decided to spend the time going through Friday's stream. So my recording obviously was missing that first portion of the stream, but I realized what Khan was trying to do when they were like flailing their character around. If you trace the crosshair, you can actually see letters, which ended up getting me D, and then an O, a W, and then another O. And your guys' guess is as good as mine. I thought maybe it was scrambled, like the word wood, scrambled, but I'm really not sure. So I moved to this chest organization thing. I mean, the blocks that were used were incredibly random, and I tried to find like a common denominator of sorts between all of them, but nothing really came to mind. So I turned to the amount of each item. Khan was very specific about the number of each item, so I knew there had to be a meaning there. But the answer was right in
secret code right there, I guess.
Mean, if we're assuming that this is a child making it, it's not going to be some complex puzzle or a cipher. It's going to be something easy for them to think of. Each number never exceeds 23, which most likely means these are just numbered versions of the alphabet. Using that, I was able to get NAND CRAFT VICWS GMA. And that makes
Okay.
as much sense to you as it does to me. I did eventually realize that some of
Minecraft
the letters
views
make
me or
more
something.
sense as numbers. So for example, this A should actually be a
Yeah,
1 to spell
Minecraft views me
Minecraft,
or
and switching
something,
this
I
C
guess.
back to a 3
Or
spells
might
the
be Minecraft view game. I don't know.
V.
I'm
So
pretty dumb.
what
Sorry,
confused
chat.
me was the
I am
GMA
extremely
portion,
sorry. I'm
because
pretty dumb.
obviously it's cut off, but there's no words that start like that. Like, are we talking internet slang for grandma? Like, what? Like, here, when I even Google it, you
Grandma.
can oh, is
Gmail.
it an
Okay.
email? The nice thing about Google is you don't need a password to check if an email is valid. And when I typed in the email, I could see that this was in fact the one that was.
Okay. That child is really genius. Extremely genius. Like, as far as like, I think the child has been kidnapped or something, like, and something like that, and he's trapped and he needs help or
Connected
something,
to the YouTube
you
channel.
know.
So Khan was trying to give me access to an email, but I didn't know why. Like, should I email it? If I do email it, what the hell do I say? And what was Khan trying to spell out at the start of?
Excuse me?
And what was Khan trying to spell out at the start of?
It just cut off. It just cut off,
Khan
bro.
was live much later than they had ever been before, which was weird, but everything else seemed normal. For this stream, Khan spent most of their time just placing flowers in front of their houses, but Khan was also certainly the most talkative that I had ever seen them be in this stream. Writing on signs saying things like,
I love my house.
Mm-hmm.
I like glass. He's watching TV right now, but I should still be careful.
Like, he's watching TV right now, so who's the he? It may be the kidnapper or something,
I wish nowadays
Uh-huh.
looked like your life.
Bro, every possible worst time, like, bro, that's the
there
worst
were a
time
lot of
right
these
there.
signs to the point where I don't have time to go through all of them, but the stream finally ends when Khan messages on a sign saying, quote, he's mad. The
Okay,
stream ends, but not at 30 minutes this time.
it's
For
25.
some reason, this stream ends at 25 minutes and 35 seconds. There's a lot to talk about here, so let's break this down little by little. There seems to be an obsession with glass or sand, as well as Khan really, really liking their houses. We also find out that whoever this quote he is watching TV at the time of this stream. This is the second time we get a mention of a he, which is interesting. All of this doesn't give me a ton to go on, so I loaded into my recreation of the world, which I had added to in between streams to see if anything struck me as odd. But the information was so vague, it was hard to know exactly what Khan was trying to say here.
Okay, so the houses are important to them. I could have figured that. Sand and glass is so random. It's a pain in the butt for
Oh, the glass. It's resembles some alphabets or something.
Khan to get. So why even
The
bother with
glasses.
windows? And only on one side
The windows, yeah.
of the houses. Like,
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
duh. I'm
Of
literally
course.
blind. It's the windows. That's why they're so weird. I thought he just sucked at building. Oh, and
Okay.
that's what he was spelling at the end. D-O-W. It's the end of window. God, I'm stupid.
Khan had
Okay.
reflected letters and numbers upside down, so that way I guess they would be a little less obvious, but upon reflecting them back, you could see that it was an address. I know it's a
Okay.
big jump to make, but my guess is Khan is trying to signal me to their address in order to help them, save them, whatever. The only thing holding me back from believing this is how on planet Earth Khan had access to a live stream to a specific channel, and why that was their only means of communication with the
Yep.
outside world. But I didn't dwell on that super long, because when I went to look at this address, unfortunately you get tons of places in various US states, from Kansas to Utah to Michigan, Arizona, all the way to Minnesota. Nearly every state in the US has a road titled Rock Road. I
Okay.
needed a way to narrow it down, so I scoured back through all the footage until I found something that helped. In the very first stream, the time was shown. Khan's time. So while for
Okay. Uh-huh. And there's a heat warning, you know.
live at 11 a.m. every day. For them, it's 12. They were an hour ahead of me, putting them in Eastern Standard Time, which narrows it down a lot. Takes me from 50 states to about 22, which isn't as much as I'd like, but whatever. So I still needed to figure out which state in specific Khan was in, but by the time I could even figure that out, it was time for the next stream.
Okay. Are you watching? Okay.
Khan was not where they had left off last stream. Khan was now deep underground, which is very out of character for them, but had seemingly mined there themselves. Khan began to traverse the 2x1 tunnels that they were in, with only the occasional torch providing them light. Every time Khan would encounter a torch, they would exclusively face it, even if it meant walking backwards, which ended up taking a very, very long time, considering Khan refused to uncrouch the whole time. Eventually, Khan does escape and returns to their base, where they grab a sign and simply say, quote, "He was laughing at me." This is all before roaming around and picking flowers for the remainder of the stream. This stream was by far the most confusing for me because as much as I rewatched it, I truly could not really understand what was going on. We had never seen a jump in location like this. Each stream always picked up exactly where the previous had, and we can also hear our third reference to him, but this time he is laughing at Khan. But not much of this stream was humorous. I mean, unless you think gardening is an absolute hoot, then this stream was more unsettling than anything. With this stream especially, I felt like I had hit a wall. I mean, I couldn't do much more with the info I had except for one thing. I could send this email an email, but I knew if Khan barely had access to Minecraft, then it wasn't going to be them who ends up reading it. So I had to be very, very careful with what I decided to say in the email.
Dear player, due to your long-term participation in our game and Minecraft Alpha turning 15 years old this year, we would like to award you an in-game cape and a matching physical cape. You should already see your in-game cape in the Minecraft launcher menu, but to get your physical cape we will need your shipping information. You can check out the cape as well as provide the shipping information at the link below.
Okay, hear me out. This channel was created in 2010, seemingly as a Minecraft Alpha review channel. So, someone was alive 14 years ago and playing and posting Minecraft. My money is it is whoever is keeping this kid trapped. And that link, it will snag the location of whoever ends up opening it. So all I need is for this person to open it and I will be home free. But for now, we wait.
Okay.
Monday's stream was very important because it somehow finally had audio, and not game audio, microphone audio. It unfortunately just seemed very low quality and mostly hard to hear over the loud keyboard sounds, but just past that, I could hear what sounded like someone talking on the phone. It was hard to hear, but it sounded like a man's voice to me. And meanwhile, Khan is wandering around and cutting down some trees, and then they see the hole from the first stream. Khan makes their way over to it, and using some TNT that they had crafted earlier, decides to blow up the hole. And then this happens.
Okay. Bro.
This person is the one who made this hole, and it's probably the same person who's creating all the other weird changes that occurred between streams. And most importantly, this person is most likely the one keeping Khan here. Eventually, Khan makes their way back to the house by the tree stump and practices leaving it a couple times before the stream eventually ends. Now,
Wait. Is that mean,
eventually Khan
you know, like this house and try to living it, like try to live the house over and over again, like practicing it? It may be the house that he's been kept in, you know, like kept in, and he's trying to escape and practicing it through Minecraft or something, you
way
know?
back to the house by the tree
Okay.
stump and practices leaving it a couple times before the stream eventually ends. Now,
Damn,
this
bro.
stream had a lot going on, but the stream that happened the next day was genuinely one of the most saddening things I've probably ever seen.
Okay.
Khan was once again not in the position that they logged off in. This time they were standing in front of a sign that said, "You're not
Okay. He's been caught. Okay.
going anywhere," while their house burned to the ground. They tried to put it out, but most of the fire had already destroyed the house. Defeatedly, they started to walk back towards their main base, taking one last look at what remained of that other house. But unfortunately, upon returning, they discovered that this same destruction also was on their main houses. This time, Khan made no effort to put out any of the fire. They simply walked around and watched as everything that they spent so long on burned to the ground. After a while, Khan does something I've never seen them do before, which is mine into the ground 3 blocks and cover up the hole. And this is how the stream remained for the remaining 30 minutes that were left of the stream. It's clear that Khan feels incredibly defeated. I mean, seeing all of their hard work get completely demolished for seemingly no reason would do the same to me. However,
no, bro.
Within the last 30 seconds of the live stream, this happened.
Okay.
What I believe just occurred is Khan tricked whoever was watching them, leaving the computer entirely before their 30-minute time limit was up, meaning they could run back to the computer just in time to type whatever they wanted unsupervised. And I'm pretty sure what Khan had given me was the exact password I needed to get.
Okay. Oh my, holy. Okay.
The first thing I checked was the YouTube channel. Specifically, I was looking to get any sort of specific location that would help me narrow down exactly where Khan was being held. I was able to go behind the scenes on the YouTube channel to see any unlisted or private videos, and to my surprise, I saw tons of privated YouTube videos from 2010 on the channel. They
Okay,
were over 14 years old at
2011,
this
okay.
point and looked to be seemingly normal Minecraft review videos. I quickly switched to the live stream tab, where I was able to see a total of 21 live streams, all within the past month, seemingly done by Khan. I clicked on one, I got to see the beginnings of Khan building their house and exploring the world. They would occasionally write on signs asking if anyone was watching, but would eventually move on, seemingly knowing the answer. It broke my heart to go through these old streams and see Khan slowly focus less and less on exploring and building, and more just keeping to their base. But I still needed to figure out information about Khan's location. So
damn, bro.
to the account settings, there was nothing to be found. So I went to the email, and I found a few things. Firstly was my email, which was open but had no response, which whoever opened it didn't exactly buy my story. There were a couple of sports news subscriptions, but none of them had any specific location info. I had scoured through most of the account and somehow couldn't find a single location or state.
How do you have a whole account and none of it has information about where you live?
I switched back over to YouTube, trying to find any information I missed over there.
Watch history. Dude.
No
who
watch
clears their
history.
YouTube search history. Subscriptions. We have oh, wait. Yes. Michigan State.
It suddenly all made sense, from the sports subscriptions to watching TV on Saturdays during the live streams. Even the password being Wolverine was from the Michigan Wolverines, the football team. I typed everything I had into Google Maps and immediately recognized what I saw. I had the right place. It was the house.
Oh my god, bro. Holy. The same exact home. The same exact house, bro.
With the stump in front of it. This was it. I knew no one would ever believe my story about finding all this info out through a Minecraft live, but it was just enough information to leave an anonymous tip about a child who, after some quick research, I found out went missing in Lake Michigan 3 months before the live stream started. I just hoped it was enough.
Bro. 5 days later, okay.
I found a police report a few days later. Apparently, the kidnapper had gotten away, but the child was found.
Oh,
The
okay.
report contained a conversation between an official and Khan, who I learned was actually one Levi Goldings. The conversation went like this.
Hi there,
Mm-hmm.
Levi. I'm just gonna ask you a few questions. Is that okay? Can you remember what happened when you were first taken?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Can you tell us anything about the man who took you? Anything about what he looked like, what he wore?
Uh-huh. Bro, literally that child is a genius. I know this is a made of like video, like like it's a fake, but still the child is genius.
That's incredibly helpful.
If you see it
How
like
about where you kept
in
it?
character, like role playing the whole thing, mm-hmm. Gold and gray,
I'm
okay.
sure that was very scary. Can you remember any sounds or noises that stood out to you there?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. You've been incredibly helpful. You can go back to your family now.
Okay.
Now, what I'm about to say isn't gonna sound great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more than happy that Levi is back with his family, but something still felt wrong. A, I wanted to know how the kidnapper had gotten away, and B, a lot of things just didn't make sense to me still. When Levi was in the Minecraft house, he never went in the basement. So,
Uh-huh.
if that's all he ever knew, how could he have built a replica of the house so accurately when he was playing Minecraft? When we watched
Uh-huh.
him like practice escaping, it wasn't from a basement that he was being held in, it was from like a bedroom of sorts. He could look out the window. And
Okay.
overall, the way Levi describes being treated doesn't exactly align with someone who was allowed to start playing Minecraft every day as like a birthday treat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. The birthday. Levi was born April 21st, 2015, but on that very first YouTube video, when the world was started, Levi said it was his birthday. That was July 2nd.
Okay.
There were 2 kids in the house.
Okay. No. No. Onwards, okay. It's hard, okay. Mm-hmm. Bro, this is really getting interesting, Like, I'm really like it's a frictional uh like story, but still I'm worried about Khan. Wait. Uh-huh. Okay. It's scary. Uh-huh. Brave kid though. Uh-huh. I just don't know what is scarier, okay? Looking backward and seeing how far I have gotten, or looking forward and seeing nothing at all. Okay. I'm assuming those words have deep meanings, I guess. Mm-hmm. Okay, the recaps. I gotta see the second part, bro. I gotta see the second part. I really have to see the second part, chat. Okay, suspense. Mm-hmm. Finished. There you go. There you go. The second part. Let's go, chat. Let's go. We're going to watch the second part as well. Okay, it's really interesting.
The early days of Minecraft are often
Uh-huh.
referred to as the purest form of the game. However, there's nothing pure about the alpha Minecraft live streams found on the Consciousness YouTube channel. It has since been revealed in a popular
drink some
YouTube
water,
video
bro.
that this channel features a child who is in danger and is secretly live streaming their Minecraft content in hopes to give people directions to their ever-changing location. So when it came to the first live streams since this channel gained all this attention, the chat was absolutely filled with people who had truly no idea what was going to happen next. And that is truly one of the scariest things about this channel. The stream begins with the player already having some decent tools and going right away into a cave, which is actually the first time out of all the known previous live streams that we see the player enter a dark space. They are mining and occasionally writing messages to the viewers.
Car. Drove for a while. Felt like 5 hours. It was only 4, I guess.
This is incredibly helpful, but don't get used to it because this is hands down the most straightforward thing Khan says to us from here on out. For the rest of the video, Khan just seems to be playing the game normally until they decide to build a base. But not just any base. They build up to the sky and begin to construct some sort of sky base, potentially to try and make it more difficult for someone to find or reach. But we get one more live stream after this where Khan is just doing some pretty basic activities, building their base further, and even says,
I'm doing better today, I think.
which is a very sweet sentiment. However, this is the last thing we would hear for Khan before they disappeared for 4 months.
Okay,
And that's
4
where this
months.
story really begins.
Can't trust your AI
Okay, bro.
results. Let Bullrium
Every
sit
worst time, you know, like
170
every
million
worst
papers.
time. Content warning: child abuse and kidnapping. Okay. All content is frictional. Viewer discretion, I guess. Discretion is advised. Okay. Twitch, don't ban me. Okay. YouTube, Twitch, don't ban me. I'm just watching. Okay. I'm just reacting to these videos.
We rejoin the world months later, and Khan seems a bit disoriented, probably because they haven't been able to play on this world for ages. After getting their bearings, Khan, weirdly enough, decides to leave the base they built and starts to construct a new base. Now, this could perhaps signify the moving of their location in real life, because in previous live streams, Khan would recreate their surroundings in Minecraft. And this would certainly make sense, especially considering it's been so long since Khan has last updated us. But the real issue here is the house that Khan decides to construct looks unlike any house you would ever find in real life. I mean, it's built into the side of a mountain and seems to go into it pretty deep. And this confuses me because with the sky base, for example, it didn't visually look like anything in real life, but that could have just been Khan trying to depict a tall building like a hotel or apartment complex.
Yeah.
But This is just downright odd. We nearly finish the new house, and the stream ends as we watch the sunrise. Now, this stream is eerie to me. Khan isn't nearly as talkative as they typically are, and I've checked all of these chests for codes like ones Khan has used to spell out something prior, but there was nothing. Something has changed from the last time we saw Khan, and my guess is the man has begun to watch Khan much more closely than he would prior, which means it's not going to be as easy for Khan to signal us as to what is going on or how we can help. So we're going to have to pay much closer attention. And as it turns out, I'm not the only one paying close attention to the Consciousness YouTube channel. I found official investigations looking into this case ran by Detective Collins. There were specifically attempts to track the live stream connection, which appeared to be unsuccessful. Not much information was being made available to the public, which made sense considering it's an ongoing case, but I was able to check back into this case from time to time to see if they posted any new information.
Okay. Oak. Okay.
The next stream happens the following weekend per usual. Khan seems like they want to go adventuring, so they head off to explore the world. Considering this is still alpha Minecraft, there's not really much to find or discover, but we continue nonetheless, and Khan messages to us on a sign and says,
This is fun.
This is really positive, but honestly, it almost worries me more than anything. I mean, is Khan becoming like used to this situation they're in? And what happened in those 4 months that they were gone? And what changed so that they could start playing Minecraft again? Well, anyway, as we're exploring the world, you might have caught this moment. Did you see it? Basically, in the corner of our eye, we can see what looks like the ruined remains of Khan's first base. Khan quickly snaps away from it and walks in a different direction, but this confirms for me that this is the exact same world that we saw in the first half of the live streams. But Khan's behavior here is just odd because the second any of this happens, they try to play it off and then immediately head back to their base and log off. Let's assess what we know thus far. Khan continues live streaming a little bit after their channel goes viral and says that they drove in a car for what felt like 5 hours, but it was only 4. If we know Khan started in Michigan, we can assume what Khan is confused about is the time zone change. Khan was most likely keeping a close eye on the time, even counting the hours, but if they suddenly switch from Eastern Standard Time to Central Standard Time, then the time would get sent back an hour earlier, which would make it look like they arrived wherever they got to an hour earlier than they actually did. Unfortunately, this doesn't really narrow it down a ton, but it doesn't matter because at this point, 4 months have gone by, and clearly by moving bases, Khan is no longer where they were prior. But since this gap in time, Khan seems to have really changed. Their actions are a lot less driven or purposeful, but that could also be a side effect of them being more heavily watched by whoever is holding them. Now, this video was titled Oak, which intrigued me because I feel like it stands out a little bit among all of the other videos that we have seen up until this point. So I decided to go back to the stream and kind of scour through the footage looking for any of the oak trees that maybe had some sort of symbol in them or information, and it was during this process that this happened.
See, bro, I guess I really have to buy a YouTube Premium. I don't know. Let's see.
Prior to this moment, Khan had never been able to do much of anything with the YouTube channel itself. The descriptions were always left blank, and the titles were the only signifying thing about these videos. So while I was wary of this video, it seemed that this time around, Khan had more access to the actual YouTube channel itself when they aren't playing Minecraft. This unlisted video appears to be taken from a really old phone, and we can't see much, but we can sort of hear this.
Okay. Okay, it's like most of the speech and like I can hear like what they're saying, like, like, okay, it's not clear. Most of the speeches are not clear. It ends.
This
Okay.
was enough confirmation for me that Khan is certainly still in a very bad situation despite what they may be being forced to say on the main stream.
Mm-hmm.
Checking back in with that police case, the department seemed to have released a region map of where the suspect could be. It's a pretty wide area, but appears to almost align with what I thought prior when we were talking about the time zones. They also released the make and model of a car alongside a license plate asking if anyone sees the car to contact the authorities. But besides that, I just had to wait until the next live stream.
Mm-hmm. The next live stream. Or what is it? Nothing. Okay.
The
Really
next live stream
weird
shows
intro.
Khan trying to get materials and organize their base a little bit more. So, in a previous live stream, we had seen Khan sort of organize a chest in coordination with the alphabet in order to spell something out. So, I, as well as the rest of the chat, was trying our best to decipher anything that could be spelled out here. But it was interesting because when Khan had done this prior, they were being very intentional with the items in just one of the chests. But this time, Khan was being just as intentional with all of their chests.
Wait. It resembles some alphabets. L. I don't know. I don't recognize this alphabet. Like, okay. I. One or one, I guess. Or maybe this is not C, but something.
But as
Let's
hard as
see.
I looked, none of the items seemed to spell anything in the
A, B, C, D. Okay.
same way as last time. But then I thought about it a little bit and I realized that there are other ways to form letters. Like, for example, these items here form an L. I also can see an I for sure, and then maybe this is an R. But
Okay,
it's
R. It's
hard to
R.
tell.
Okay.
Additionally, not all letters can actually be formed as easily in a 3x3 grid. The issue here is there are assortments that could easily be multiple letters. Like this could be a P or an F, or even that I from before could be a Z technically. But either way, there's not enough letters here to actually form something, and it seems like Khan got too frustrated to continue. So overall, I knew something was still wrong, and it felt like I was just inches away from finding it.
Okay, another stream.
Khan goes
Around,
live again,
okay.
but they seem to be in a different place than when they logged off. Now, we've seen this before, but previously when Khan would log on somewhere new, it was a sign that the man had logged on to Khan's world and had done something bad to it. Whether it was creating a giant underground maze or even burning down Khan's entire base, it never meant a good thing. This time, nothing seems to be super out of the ordinary. Khan plays for a bit, mining down some of the trees for resources, when suddenly Khan says,
Think I gotta go. Time for dinner.
Okay.
"Hey, what?" First off, Khan has always been allotted 30 minutes to play per week,
Yep.
which is incredibly little. So offering it up willingly is an incredibly bizarre move. And secondly, saying it's time for dinner is odd because this stream should have happened around 1 p.m. local time. So
Okay.
I'm not sure whether
It's
to
not
take this as
dinner,
another
then.
extreme move or something else. Overall, this stream just feels odd, and I just continued looking through the video for anything out of the ordinary, especially considering the logon locations were different, but I just saw some weird terrain, and that was about it. However, when I went back to get the footage, I saw another one of those unlisted videos pop up, and that's
Please.
where I saw this.
Okay.
Khan was
The
getting
abuse,
more
I
and more
guess.
bold. It seems like they have access to some sort of camera or phone, but either way, it's certainly old and presumably with no internet service. But this worried me because, sure,
Yo, wait. Am I allowed to watch this on stream? Like, I'm just reacting to it. Like it's all frictional. But still, like, I hope it doesn't get banned.
there wasn't a ton here, but Khan has to be sharing this with us for a reason, right? I just didn't know what to take away from it. Even turning up the exposure, there's nothing here. And I didn't understand it until I watched the next live stream.
Mm-hmm. Even everything, okay, it says everything. Oh, someone is running. There's lights out there. Okay. Did he escape? Like Khan escaped or something? Oh, there's a light. Oh, it end.
Now I use Whisperflow. I just
Bro!
think out loud and it creates perfect formatted text on any app or website.
This broke my heart. I mean, it is now beyond clear with Khan trying to run away that they do not want to be here. But without any sort of address or knowledge on where Khan is, there's nothing that we can do about this. Something had changed for Khan to get to the point of running away, maybe being more heavily supervised or something else. It just sucked because, as I found out next live stream, this attempt to run didn't work. It was around this point that I received an update on the ongoing case that was being formed. I only noticed about 2 changes. The first was that the detective
Recreation of document names are
had
changed.
been
Okay.
changed, and it was now one Detective Robertson. There hadn't really been a public statement as to why this was, but I assume it's relatively routine with cases like these. And secondly, and more importantly, there was a suspect. Gerard Steller was now listed. No image was listed, and I couldn't find much online to get any more information, but at least it seemed like there was progress. After a good long while of waiting, another live stream happened, which makes sense that it would take that long because if Khan ended up with the man again, they certainly wouldn't want to let them play Minecraft after they just pulled something like that. But it just sucked that it seemed like all of that work Khan did to try to run was for nothing, and even the live stream gave us nothing to go off of. In this new live stream, it was as if the previous one had never happened. I mean, the VOD wasn't posted after it was streamed, so it's clear that Khan is just trying to go back to playing the game as they normally would. However, this time, Khan really doesn't seem to know what they're doing. They wander around the world a bit, try to craft something, but seem to struggle to remember how to craft it. And then at one point, Khan even goes completely AFK for a while, which is incredibly weird. And when they do come back, they seem to snap back to reality a bit and start getting materials to extend their house. It's truly impossible to understand what could have happened in that time that Khan went AFK. I mean, maybe the man
8
wanted
minutes
them
and
to
39
go do
seconds of
something,
AFK.
or they could have even been reading the chat for a bit, which, by the way, Khan has never acknowledged, so that feels pretty unlikely. But overall, this stream, when next to the previous one, really sticks out when it comes to how chill and nonchalant it is. And it is that type of juxtaposition that would continue on to this next live stream. This stream had Khan talking and conversing with the viewers probably the most they ever have. They said things like,
I'm doing good lately.
Okay.
Just been enjoying things.
Okay, I think he has been forced to say those things, you know, like he's enjoying, he's having fun, and you know.
There are 2 scenarios here. One is that this is actually Khan and something has changed recently and they're doing a lot better now. Or alternatively, this is someone else forcing Khan to say these things and is trying to get us to stop looking into this situation. But it feels clear, based on some of the things we've seen at this point, that things are in fact not fine. It was around this time that I discovered something on the Consciousness channel. there had always been a very few amount of categories depicted on the channel, but I noticed that one new one had been added. It was a playlist tab, and when I clicked it, I saw just a basic videos playlist. But what was weird to me is it didn't have all of Khan's videos inside of it. And I'm not talking about all of the unlisted ones. I'm talking there were several videos that were public on the channel, but not on this playlist. The videos that were on it were Need Out, Oak, Movements, Everything, Progress, Like and Subscribe, and Around, which meant the videos not on it include 0 Ways Out, Why Me, and then also Are You Watching and Very Cold, which are 2 streams that are not posted currently after they were streamed. I wasn't sure what
I
to
think
do with
it's some kind of code or something, you know,
that are not posted currently.
it may be some
after
kind
they
of
were
codes or
streamed.
something.
I wasn't sure what to do with this information. I tried to see if those words could somehow tell a story, like things like movements and progress seem related, but beyond that, I didn't know what to make of it. But it did seem like Khan was actively adding more videos to this playlist, so I guess we just have to wait and see if any more gaps would get filled in with this final live stream. The live stream starts and Khan is underground in a long tunnel. Now, this should be familiar because it happened a few other times prior in the live streams where we assumed that the man had played on Khan's world when Khan wasn't playing and put them in dark tunnels to try to mess with Khan and scare them. However, Khan doesn't seem quite as phased by it this time, and it's probably because they've had to deal with this so many times. But it's interesting though. The tunnels are very long and much more complicated, but Khan seems to pretty much find their way out first try, which is incredibly odd to me, but honestly good for them because they get back to the surface and get back to life as normal. Let's talk about this tunnel though, because in the history of this channel and its videos, we've seen roughly 2 tunnels. There was this one at the bottom of that 3x3 pit that Khan later tried to blow up, and then there was a longer, much more notable one in this stream that Khan spawned inside of. Now, both of these tunnels were 2x1, meaning bare minimum of what you have to mine to make a tunnel to walk through, and absolutely 0 ores were mined when they were encountered. It was just a straight up tunnel. But this time around, we can see gaps where presumably ores were mined, and this is confirmed when we look at Khan's inventory. So whoever made the tunnels, in my opinion, was not the same person who made the tunnels the first time, also known as the man. Potentially there is a third unknown person that could also be in the mix, but this is a lot to draw from some very minute differences, and some more things happen during this live stream. Khan actually starts talking to us again.
Hey guys, just want to say thanks for all your help.
Oh no, don't lose hope, bro. I think okay.
Last stream, I think.
Yeah, it's a bro.
Honestly good.
However, as Khan continues to try to light up the area, this happens.
Okay, he dies. Okay.
Khan then respawns.
Score. Wait. The score. The score is kind of weird.
Khan then respawns and looks around, seemingly a bit lost, before suddenly snapping back to reality and starting to run in the direction of their base. We pass by the initial sky base and then finally arrive back at the normal base, and Khan gets all their stuff back. Khan messages on a sign and says,
Thanks for watching.
and they log off. But did you see that? Khan typed 2 additional letters there, CL. Now, to understand what this means, we have to go back all the way to the first video ever posted to this channel, and to this day, the only public video on the channel. Khan writes on a sign above their base, look closely. So I believe what Khan wants to say here is thanks for watching closely. So I did just that. When Khan first dies, they initially seem to not remember which way to go, and once they do remember, they head in that direction non-stop, barely moving the direction of the character. But you know what they do move? Their cursor. It's barely noticeable, but we've seen something like this before.
Okay,
Khan would
okay.
write out letters
The
by
window.
almost
Okay,
drawing them with the crosshair, and this time it seems to also spell
T I T L.
Now, these were really hard to read,
Titles,
so it's
okay.
not surprising that I would miss a letter. So I have no doubt in my mind that this is saying titles. So I took
Okay, bro.
a closer look
Okay.
at all of the video titles, and I discovered a few things. And the first was honestly incredibly sad. Now, I didn't catch anything with the recent videos, but when I looked at the first 7 videos that I covered last video, I realized something. The first letter spells out a word, but it wasn't a word I ever would have registered. It spells out W0LVRNE, which if you
Okay.
remember ended up being the password used to get access to the YouTube channel. Khan had been trying to spell it out for me the whole time. It's the same reason that when I did get access to the account, all of the live streams prior to the first one I saw started with the letter W. Khan was waiting for someone to join the stream so they could start spelling out the password. I felt terrible, but this is all in the past. I obviously tried to apply this same concept to the videos that had already come out after that point. However, nothing worked or made any sense. But that was when I remembered the playlist. I haven't checked back in
The
on it in a
playlist,
while.
okay.
It turns out both streams that had happened since then were added to it. Now, the whole time in the back of my mind, I've wondered what would have happened if the man had found out that Khan had been live streaming. I assumed that he would probably just make Khan stop streaming, but when the streams kept happening after that gap in time, I assumed that Khan still hadn't been caught yet.
Not
But
me.
I don't think
Play.
that's true anymore.
Okay.
We're not watching Khan.
Oh.
This whole time, I've struggled to piece out even the smallest hints from Khan's gameplay, trying to get some information on where they might be, and I assumed it was so difficult because Khan was being more heavily watched, but it was actually because it wasn't Khan at all. It was the man. It wasn't until he died that he needed Khan to come in to bail him out because he didn't know how to get back to the base because that first base was built by Khan and the man had never been at spawn before. The man had been trying to do some damage control with the number of eyes on this channel, so he live streamed himself as Khan saying that everything was all right and bit by bit restored people's faith that maybe Khan was okay, and Khan was forced to watch the whole time and even run the YouTube channel so that everything would appear the same as when Khan would title everything themselves. This meant that all Khan had to cue us in were the video cards and making a playlist in order to try to communicate with us. But I realized something. If the man had been the one playing on the streams, then who had been playing in between streams? Maybe Khan wasn't able to stream anymore, but maybe they were still allowed to play. I had focused on getting information out of the streams themselves, but I needed to focus on what was happening in between streams.
Okay. Okay. IL. Okay, bro. Okay.
The last time the man knew I had gotten into his account, he knew someone was coming, but this time he has no idea that I just got the final was coming. But this time he has no idea that I just got the final bit of info that I needed to put an end to this. Police took 33-year-old Gerard Steller into custody on April 20th, 2025. He
never finally arrested after evading law enforcement for several months.
fled from a house he was hiding in Michigan all the way to Illinois, and with him he took his 13-year-old daughter, Evelyn. She detailed to the police her attempts to live stream her location in hopes of bringing her dad to justice for the things that he had done. Evelyn. She detailed to the police her attempts to live stream her location in hopes of bringing her dad to justice for the things that he had done.
He put me in homeschooling. He noticed I was really missing my brother. He said he would make it better.
Mm-hmm.
I never would have complained if I would have known. Hey, hey, none of this is your fault at all. Is this what he took from Levi? Is that his name? Yes, and he's completely safe and with his family again. My dad told me his name was Gabe, but I didn't really believe him.
Mm-hmm.
Let me explain. Gerard Steller, the father, had recently gotten in a divorce with his wife Erin Collins. Now, if you recognize that name, it's because she was listed as an approving officer on this case, and she got removed from the case at the same time that they listed Gerard as a suspect. During their divorce, their 2 children were separated, and each parent was granted full custody of one of the children. This doesn't happen often, but in this case, it was decided that it was for the best, and Evelyn went to live with her dad while her brother Gabe went to live with his mom. When Evelyn expressed that she missed her brother, Gerard apparently took things into his own hands. He kidnapped Levi Goldings and kept him in the basement of a house in Michigan.
Okay.
I knew it was wrong. I kept hearing Gabe crying, Levi crying in the basement, and I wanted to help him. That's very brave. What did you do? It was my birthday, so I asked to play Minecraft on his old laptop. I planned to call someone, but he was watching me most of the time. Like watching the screen? Yeah, but he would walk away for a bit, and I clicked on something that looked like it would signal for help, but it was like a recorder.
Okay. Okay.
It did the scream. Eventually, I figured out it could live stream in the background while it played, and you couldn't see it. Did you know where it was streaming to? Not at first, but at one time, my dad told me that before I was born, he used to record YouTube videos about Minecraft on the same version I was playing on. I assume that's where it went to. So when my time was up to play, I managed to find the login information and write it down.
When I managed to gain access to the YouTube account, there were videos from early 2011 that were now privated. These were what Evelyn was talking about. It was exactly why she was able to stream so easily, because it was all already set up from all those years ago. But what I was curious about most was what happened when Levi was first saved.
I was trying to share as much information as I could during the streams until one day my dad rushed in and told me we had to go. I thought we were going back to his other house, but we drove for a while. Is that when you figured out you were live streaming? Not right away. I played 2 more times after that before he caught me. He was really mad. Did he hurt you? No, but he said I was going to fix my mistake. How so? At first, I had to just lie to my mom on the phone. I told her we were still in Michigan, but later, Dad told me the attention from the streams wasn't going away, and I had to help him make it go away. What did he have you do? He had me set up the streams the same way I did. He wanted it to look exactly like I was playing, and then he tried to convince people that nothing was wrong anymore. But eventually, he let me play again. As long as I wasn't recording. I built things in the world to call for help, hoping someone would catch it. Well, someone did. And what you did was incredibly brave, Evelyn. And I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. I'm just glad it's done.
Bro, what an interesting, like storyline, bro. Damn. Stream of consciousness. Okay.
A video detailing the full timeline of events can be found for free on my Patreon page. I hope you all have enjoyed this story as much as I have creating it.
Yep.
If you want some super cool consciousness merch, you can check it out using the link below. 100% of all the proceeds will be going to the National
my
Center for
god,
Missing
bro. Holy. Okay, this was really interesting. Thank god there was not a there was 3 kid in the house. Okay, yep, bro. Oh my god, that was really something.